This is a double header hosted by London Roller Derby's Battersea Power, and this first game will see Cambridge Roller Billies taking on Hertfordshire Roller Derby.
That it will. All of you at home probably can already see a bunch of them on track, a bunch of our officials.
So we've got brief seconds until we get to Derby, so we will give you a rundown of the rosters at some point during the game.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to start talking over the jam once it started.
Yeah, you came here for the roller derby, not the numbers and the stats. Really.
Exactly. That's some nice crisp footage there.
Yeah. I'm just too used to just the stuff I record for scrimmage getting on YouTube, and it looks a bit.
Yeah, like some Lego derby. So we are straight into the action. We've got our foremost jammer is Z-Wiz for Hertfordshire, and she is through the pack as your lead. And just managing to break her way through Hurley Jackson. Oh, however, that's going to... No penalty.
Well caught by our jam ref there.
Looks like it was a potential penalty for Hurley, but that was rescinded.
Great reaction there. Kept the game flowing.
Yes.
No confusion. Nothing a bench can sort of contest of why did you slow down my jammer.
Exactly. Just straight off the bat, great what you say to keep the game flowing.
You don't ever want to see us doing something.
Yeah.
He wants to back and go on.
First points on the board for Hertfordshire, 4-0. This has been an incredibly close division.
Yes, that was everything I was hearing in the lead up to this game, on the drive down to this game. I mean, I think for all four teams taking part today, like it's all in them wanting to do the best they can to finish off the season.
Yeah. Yeah, the top of the board is quite snug. Donna for the Roller Billies calling it off there after taking a tumble.
Well, you can call off a jam if you're the lead jammer from, well, anywhere really.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, you can be in flight, safely on the ground. Jam was what I deem a safety. Ideally, you might not push that.
So we've got headers coming out of the pack and picking up lead jammer. Meanwhile, Lady Foxley being taken off and recycled for Hertfordshire.
Well, that's lead back-to-back for Cambridge. Cambridge's defence is all over Lady at the moment. Just as the camera obscured, it looked like maybe Hertfordshire's jammer was going for a, as they are, yeah, they're going for a star stash. Let's see how this works out for them.
Yeah, their pivot Murder was close by, but didn't opt to go in for that star pass. So Foxley's through, Star is back on helmet. Meanwhile, Header's looking at another scoring pass and calling it part way through the action.
Well, sometimes that's what you want. You just want the two of you up front, jammer and pivot, like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Commit, because I can guarantee whoever you commit to is probably going to be the wrong one. That confusion against the defensive line is a great play sometimes.
Absolutely. Just going to give you a quick run through of Hertfordshire skating in the black today. We've got number 1, Murder, 1-3, Stings Like Abby, 1-7, Z-Wiz, 2-9, Speedy Rosales, 3-6, Wreck-It Beck, 7-0-1, Pixie Cannibal, 7-8 is their captain, Tequila Blockingbird, 8 is Lady Foxley, 8-4 is Hawk, 8-5 is Fawn, 8-6 is Josie Doe, and 9-2 is Beck's Pistol as Z-Wiz picks up lead jammer for Hertfordshire Roller Derby.
Very nice formatting there, just as you finish a roster, they get themselves leads. So.
Thanks very much. It's almost like I planned it.
No pressure on me when I do Cambridge at the next jam, see if it works out for them.
So this is a power jam in favour of Hertfordshire. Hurley Jackson in the penalty box.
For as much as that power jam might have been in favour of Hearts, like Cambridge's defence really locking down the opposing jammer on corner 3 there, slowing that one jam flow,
Yeah.
working that clock for their jammer as best they can. Because if that jammer's not, opposing jammer's not scoring points and whizzing round, that's exactly what you want. I'm going to jinx it, but that's the penalty box clear for the moment, because I've done it in the past.
Oh, mate, the last games I called, it was constant cursing. Not like swearing, but me cursing the lack of penalties.
Cursing like a witch would curse.
Yeah, yes, yeah, like hexes, yeah.
Heck.
And there's definitely been some hexing. With
Lots of hexing by the looks of it from where we could see. Hearts keep control of that jam.
3 penalties in the last seconds there for Hertfordshire, meaning one of their blockers is going to have to stay on track.
Nice catch.
With a full penalty box.
I believe we've also lost Cambridge's pivot to the box as well, by what we could see.
Good grief.
Speaking of Cambridge, if I can do this quickly, we've got a fine roster of them today. Obviously in the green, as we heard before, we've got 1159 Nim Chimsky, we've got 19 Tsunami, 1953 Primal Queer, 1962 Hurley Jackson, 216 is Sweetness and Fight, 36 is Donna, 50 is The Law, 52 is Rebo, 53 is Nat Out of Hell, 69 is FEB, they're also your captain, 7 is Smash Hits, 8238 is Headers, number 9 is Fowler, and 99 is KP, as we go into an official time out.
Beautiful stuff. While you were running through that roster, we did have, as the whistle went for that official timeout, the pack got a little bit keen, and we had a false start of sorts. But almost as it always happens, there was much sort of like smiling and walks, as everybody kind of went to rush forward and went, oh no, we shouldn't be here.
Yes, for as long as I've been involved in this sport, skaters are very Pavlovian. They hear a whistle, they assume they must go. The whistle might be a stop whistle, or a we're doing something different whistle.
So we've got Donna as your lead jammer, Wreck-It Beck being taken off on the inside and recycled. And Donna has picked up a penalty. She's going to go and take a sit down, which means the lead was open. So Wreck-It Beck with those pump it fists in the air coming past your screen picks up lead. Do you know where those pump it fists came from?
I don't know, it just always makes me chuckle. Like, you're already doing all these laps, you don't need to do arm day in the middle of a jam.
I mean, I know where the pump it fists came from.
Oh, you were setting me up.
I was, yeah, I was asking if you knew, because I knew.
Please tell.
So as we see Wreck-It Beck trying to get through on a scoring pass with some beautiful defence from Cambridge. I can tell you that at the inaugural Men's World Cup in Birmingham in 2014, the Pump It Fists were the power jam indicator from Australia's Wizards of Oz. And by the end of the weekend, the whole audience had adopted it to indicate power jam for everyone, and it just kind of spread through the Derbyverse. And I guarantee you that there's now people who started Derby years after that who have no idea who the Wizards are, and it's part of training and it's a thing. It's one of my favourite little factoids.
I've got to say, I've seen just about every alt bench just randomly do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's either that or the big whizzy spiral that give me another lap.
Keep it going, yeah. Run it.
I stand by the belief that you should learn something new every day, and I certainly have. So
there you go.
Thank you.
So that was a tasty jam there for Hertfordshire, taking them into the lead, 21 points to 8 for Cambridge. However, Headers looking to make a difference there, picking up lead jammer over Lady Foxley. We do have, dare I say, a full complement of skaters on track.
I will say, as much as we were being educated in that previous jam, there was some great defensive play by Cambridge. I saw a sneaky dash from their jammer stash in on the inside edge, just some good resets from their pivots to avoid penalty goals and their steps. So far, I've been, for as aggressive as Hertfordshire coming in with their play, I think Cambridge has presented a really good defence, which makes perfect sense given where these two teams are in their division, all in wanting to win. Like, we've been in here, what 9 minutes,
Yeah.
8 minutes, and I've already had served up some lovely derby for my eyes.
Absolutely wonderful. I also feel it's pertinent to indicate that we are currently in a palindrome score, 21 plays 12.
Nice.
It was called by our in-house announcers at the moment, Loud and Queer and Riggs, and I did do a shake of the fist. Palindromes, be they numerical or alphabetized, are my favourite thing, or one of my favourite things. So yeah, I'm just a bit of a weirdo. We do have Hurley Jackson as your lead jammer, nearly taken off on the outfield there, not quite managing to keep her off, and she does complete a scoring pass, closing that down to a
again,
1-point
fantastic
game.
derby play. Hartford's jammer was like trapped, only just managing to get out to potentially dig in their scoring pass as that jam was ending. So a full jam in Cambridge's control there.
Back into it, we've got Wreck-It Beck and Donna looking for those spaces.
Familiar tripod work by both teams, bridging from pivot for Cambridge to maintain pack definition. Great swoop from the outside, getting out. As that, yes, that's locked in the Hearts as lead for this jam. Wait, I've done it, I've cursed the jammer. OPR there, spotted a cut track penalty. We lose their jammer to the penalty box.
Looks like a penalty had been issued to Donna over on the far side of the track, where we just didn't have view at that particular moment. So that was a jammer switch. So both jammers have served penalty time in this jam. So this is going to be a full 2-minute jam. We've still got 1 minute and 10 seconds left. So going to be interesting to see how the points are laying at the end.
Just completed their first scoring. Cambridge is going into their first scoring pass. We've got just around about 1 minute left of this jam. It's pretty much becoming a game of who's quicker by both jammers now. But I think because they seemingly they've got to play the full gamut.
Yeah.
There's no point like dashing away. It's turned from a sprint to a marathon.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the Law going in with some offense. Meanwhile, slipping through on the inside line, Wreck-It Beck is now a lap ahead.
Great opportunity there. Pat being scooped to outside edge to create an inside line. Like their jammer just went, right, there's a gap, I'm taking it.
Yeah, 100%. Wreck-It Beck up now 2 laps ahead, unseen by anyone, as we had people's we had a bit of a break sort of melee.
Unintentional assist there of 701 to get their jammer out nice and quick.
Absolutely beautiful. Hefty jam for Hertfordshire. 16 points in the bag. 8 for Cambridge by the looks of things.
So you can see on screen at home there, we've got all of our reps in the centre of the powwow. It's the official timeout we're currently in. Obviously, what they're discussing, we don't know until something's done.
Official business.
Yes. Obviously, from where we are, we can see the officials, but I'm no lip reader, so there's no secrets I can impart for you at home.
I can do some lip reading, i.e. if somebody is like 5 feet away from me, and I can hear them as well. So you
can do lip reading if you could also hear them. So.
Yeah, pretty much. Yay, neurodivergence. Yeah, I'm also a subtitles user. So from where we are, obviously we can see more than the screen that you can see. We can see that our head ref, I believe, Homo Udin, is speaking to the bench over which bench you say? The Hertfordshire bench. So it looks like potentially a late penalty called. and that looks like Wreck-It Beck has been issued a penalty at the end of that jam. So we're going to start with a power jam start for Cambridge.
In my opinion, I'd much prefer the play to be like this,
Yeah.
where it's the officials checking where they're at, rather than a bench coming in, using up an official review, or sort of asking questions in the next lineup. I much prefer we take these pauses, we get stuff done, and then we can keep the game flowing as much as possible.
Exactly that. It's like I know, sort of like looking at the officials that we have here today, that we have some very experienced officials. I'm fairly certain that some of the officials we've got here today are headed to the Junior Roller Derby World Cup next weekend. We've got a quality calibre of official. That's not to say that other officials available elsewhere are of a lesser calibre.
Today we are spoiled.
Yes, yeah. Ambassador. And they're here to, this is what they do. Skating and non-skating officials, this is their passion, this is their job, and we skaters and bench coaches, it's kind of their job to trust the officials in their rules knowledge, and obviously if you do have something to query, that's what official reviews are for.
Yeah. Well,
just my 2 cents.
Obviously we began as a power jam towards Cambridge, so Hertfordshire decided, right, we're just going to spend like the next 30 seconds just locking your jammer down.
Yeah.
So only just now attempting their first scoring pass, headers, finding themselves getting a big reset back down the inside edge. Wreck-It Beck has been released from what I can see, but is stuck at the back behind that Cambridge free wall, pyramid, pizza slice, tripod, whatever we call it these days.
I might have to start calling it a pizza slice. I like that.
No, because then we'll all want pizza slices on the right.
Yeah,
that's
a
the
fair
only
point.
problem. The less food analogies, the better, I think, for the two of us. So. Well, again, that second scoring pass, the headers was slow due to Hertfordshire bringing the defence, but it's getting points on the board. Rex is now just at the back of the pack, attempting to start their first scoring pass. Understandably met with a call-off from the controlling jammer. So 4 points to Cambridge.
Looks like there might be some more going on the board.
Obviously given our position to the scoreboard, I heard discussion, so that 4 actually becomes a 6.
Yep.
But none to Hearts, so that gap ever closing. 37 to Hertfordshire, 34 to Cambridge. Almost halfway through the first period. Barely have a chance to react.
Hot damn.
I'm unaware of how well our mics have figured out, but in-house crowd very excited about Hurley getting that quick as a lick lead there on the outside edge.
That was superb. 2 points in the bag for Hurley there. Brings it back to a 1 point game. 36 points for Cambridge, 37 points for Hertfordshire. We're just about halfway through this first half. Very low scoring game so far.
But what I like is it's back and forth.
Yes.
There's been a few jams where it's like, I'm going to score, you're not going. That's the correct thing to do.
Yeah.
I've been at games where it is clear there's like a strong elite team playing, or they're going miles away for the points.
Yeah.
I prefer the closer game. Like, everybody has to step up, and it's very clear where we are that everybody wants to step up. Like, everyone is hungry for a win, but nothing's decisive just yet.
Yeah,
I'm unaware of how much these two teams have played prior in this division. Are they still feeling each other out and finding out where they are? You know, as you say, we're only halfway through the first half.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, admittedly though, back to back there for Cambridge again, in-house crowd, very excitable about that.
And so I think I kind of waxed lyrical about this a little bit when I was announcing in-house in High Wycombe last month. She's aware of this. I'm friends with her. I'm a big fan of Donna. Okay. I've known Donna for a number of years, and she has always been an amazing skater. Like, I will hear nothing else. She has always been an amazing skater, and she has worked so damn hard, both in and outside of the sport, personally, like on her own fitness and stuff, to get to the point she is now, and the kind of jammer that she is now. Like, she had to really work to get to be the jammer that she wanted to be. She used to be a phenomenal blocker, but she is now solely a jammer, and she is phenomenal. And I am so proud of her, both personally and like from a quote professional point of view. Like, obviously we're not professionals in any sense, but she's incredible, and I really feel that she deserves that credit. And that 8-point jam just saw Cambridge taking the lead, 44-37, as we move into this next jam. Sorry.
Well, counter to that, I was about to say Reckitt living up to their name by doing their best to wreck Cambridge's defence. One of their lineup did unfortunately get a forearms penalty, so they're only down to 3 blockers on track at the moment. As I say that, they lose a second, so it's only 2 green jerseys on track at this time, trying to make up defence.
Looks like we'd had an illegal star pass as well. Law was in possession of the star for Cambridge, however they've just thrown that off track. So Headers is seated in the penalty box as a jammer.
Hearts managed to capture one of Cambridge at the back in a net, stringing the pack out. Get a quick out of play call for those at the front, allowing Rex to dash out. Another successful scoring pass. And literally side by side, as Cambridge's jammer comes from the box, scoops up the star cover. Side by side by Rex, so Rex goes, no, I'm just going to pull off now.
Yeah, done, thank you. I've picked up 12 points. I've changed the lead again.
Yes.
49-44. If you are partaking in the roller derby supping game, hydrating game, yes, there we go, then please do take another beverage. Obviously, you can drink whatever you like. We encourage hydrating beverages.
Given the weather we travel down in, why bother? We got hydrated more than enough on the journey to get down here today. So.
Yeah, Valks did comment when she hugged me when we arrived. She was like, "What's going on? You're soaked." And I was like, "From the car." But it is still quite warm, so this is your Uncle Snoogans telling you to please have a drink of something hydrating alongside whatever else you may be choosing to sup. 1 blocker down for each team, so we've got a 3-on-3 pack. Lady Foxley is your lead jammer, but Hurley has just completed a scoring pass.
One point in it at the moment. We've still got over a minute left of this jam. Lady makes it out on the inside edge. And the full 4 for that pass.
I feel like Foxley, perhaps, obviously we can only speculate, may have been trying to run the clock to get their pivot out of the box.
I was say there was a lot of like gesturing that confused me. Had Lee been maybe lost or what was going on?
So we have an official review as called by Hertfordshire. If we are able to find out the details of that, we will of course pass that over to you.
I almost fell into our old habit of asking, do you want me to go into the review? But I realised we can't do that. We're tethered to the internet.
Yeah, we've got headsets on. We're wired. We're wired for sound.
But we do have.
Wonderful battles.
You might not be able to see them at home because of the camouflage dungles they've got on. Obviously, the urban camo in an urban environment. Sausage has gone out to find out what is being officially reviewed.
They get right in there.
So now blending in with the urban camo of the sealed black and white stripes. Yeah. Where have they gone? Where have they gone? Oh, there's their hairdo poking up. We can just see.
Yeah. Love that. And with our jam timer, that may be the most official review hand signal I've seen in a long time. Because you often end up seeing like a diamond, like a DDP Diamond Dallas page.
I'll let you know. Having jam times, official review, all that. if you get it perfectly right, your hand will cramp instantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like diamonds make sense. That's what your fingers and thumbs want to stretch, right? But and if you get it a bit wrong, it kind of looks like you're asking for a hamburger. But that feels comfortable.
Yeah.
But you know it's wrong. If you get it really wrong, it looks like you're doing a figure of 8.
Or like heart hands.
Oh yeah. Or
Yeah.
like really naff binoculars.
Yeah.
Credit to our jam timer today. Very totes professional.
Oh yeah.
Also, inversely, like it's a role in this moment where you have to completely sort of zone out because you can become very self-conscious. Like, I am stood alone, and an audience will just look at me. I've not got any buddies. I have no clue what the rest of my official review said.
Yeah.
Half the time, no one tells me what happened in that official review. Occasionally, skaters come up to me on the pivot line and jostle around and ask, we'll do this jam next. You take me out, I'll take you in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, no.
It sounds technical. I want to make a joke about the loneliness of a long distance jam timer or something like that. Like
Yeah,
long
yeah.
distance runner, but
So, just overheard from Sausage in the middle on the mic. Looks like a potential review is about some points scored in a previous jam. Making sure that they were awarded correctly because the helmet cover was removed.
yes.
I believe, I could be wrong, I think you can only query points in a jam directly after the jam.
Any review, any querying has to be of what's just happened.
Yeah.
You can't 5 jams later ask that first jam. It's like no, because
Yeah.
the way the rules progress is once a jam has ended and the next jam begins, that previous jam is locked in stone. It is in the history. It's in the vaults.
Yeah.
Like whatever mess might be within it, we accept the mess as fact. Now.
Yeah.
So it makes logical sense that that as soon as a jam ends, like a bench might storm in and demand a review because it's hot in their mind. Likewise, as you mentioned, as much as the designated jammer for the team can do what they want in terms of skating, that start has to be on the head for points to count,
And the right way out.
because otherwise you can stash it tactically.
Yeah.
If you become an inactive jammer, which can be frustrating if maybe the jam ref knows, well, it's coming in hot.
Alright, so yeah, it seems that it was as we thought, so the points will stand as they are. And it sounds like there was some confusion about team with a captain and an alternate. The alternate didn't have an A, so they couldn't query something. So that may be what resulted in the delay. We have had a jammer penalty straight off the bat with Z-Wiz, picking up a back block, and she's joined in the penalty box by 3 of her blockers. So Donna is right now having like the time of her life.
Yeah, that's a complete role reversal for Cambridge now. They've got field advantage or track advantage, shall we say? Tequila's was all alone for a while there, just as a buddy, but Z-Wiz is back on.
I'm all alone. Murder giving as good as she can, but understands she's got to let it go.
Obviously, Cambridge is now, for the moment, flipped it and is extending their current lead against Hertfordshire. Z-Wiz is out now, potentially can start scoring points for their team.
Would it be fair to say they put their thing down, flipped it, and reversed it?
Yes. But there was a lovely little inside hop there by Cambridge, and as they land it, getting the full 4, and then goes, right, I'm going to convert that into a call-off.
Yeah,
so 16-point jam. Not to be snoozed at.
I think that may be our highest scoring jam of the day so far.
Yes.
I think we may have had one other 16 as well.
Which is pleasantly surprising, seeing how many jams we've seen have been like what I call control jams. Like, I'm going to get some points, I'm going to call it off.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some points, I'm going to call it off. Like,
Or I'm just going to shut it down.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and we've had a handful of jams where there's been no points scored at all. Control jams, I like that.
Because
It's better wording than, quote, a pointless jam.
Yeah, because it seems annoying from an audience point of view, but I know from the bench point of view, it's like, if they don't score points, we stay in lead.
Yeah.
We didn't score any points either, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This could be the final score that we got now for the entire game, but we still win, right? That's how it could be for
it's
a
like,
bench
if
point
we
of view.
don't score points, but if I call the jam, we don't score points, but neither do they.
Yeah.
The differential doesn't change.
I'm still in charge of the entire game. I've still got the top score.
Exactly.
So
thank you for that one.
That's
Control
right.
jam, I like that a lot.
Audiences hate it. They want to see action. They want points on the board. They want to cheer.
But the thing is, in all of those control jams, we've still had action.
Yeah. I'll give you that. I was speaking more broadly from all the games I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, I know what a bench is doing. This home audience, this random game have been out. Like, nah, then there's no energy. But I know you're going to win this the game you're playing.
Like, that probably could have been referred to as a control jam. Only 4 points scored. Quote, only 4 points scored. But that was full of stuff.
Yeah.
We're having a team timeout. Obviously, we didn't talk about what was going on in that jam because we were talking about control jams, but we know that you could all very well see what was going on. So I know that some people aren't fans of not talking about the action, so apologies if you are one of those. We will try and keep on task a bit more, but sometimes the subject kind of goes, oh, and we kind of run away with things. We've both been doing this for a little while, and we just kind of get caught up in the moment.
Also, I haven't had a chance to hang out for you for a while, so I'm kind of just vibing on being here on the chair next to you.
A little bit, yeah.
Hanging out with my bestie is great.
So some of you, I mean, I say some of you may recall this, but let's be honest, nobody listens to us when we're in house. You're here with Waffle and Wheeze. We're not on a couch today, but
we were spoiled that one time.
We truly were.
They dragged a couch out in-house for us to sit in. It was too relaxed.
Yeah, in a game in Nottingham, which is where we're both based. McG is still affiliated with those wonderful folks over at the Hellfire Harlots.
That's correct, yeah.
And my home league is East Midlands Open Roll Derby, home of the Super Smash Brawlers.
Bit of an out, but I know technically what that means.
Yeah. Have Harlots finished their Five Nations season?
Yes, we're done for the moment. Those last two games I mentioned, I had to film where our last game was our bracket, or division, or whatever we're calling it.
So just getting back to this quickly, because otherwise we're going to veer off again. So we've got, I don't think we have a lead assessed just yet. We do have a power jam in action. Lady Foxley is sat in the penalty box with her pivot. And I think that Hurley Jackson is still looking to complete her initial pass 30 seconds into the jam.
Very well strung out pack there, given the lack of players on track for Hertfordshire. And
that's 35 seconds to get that lead.
Yeah, well fought.
Lady Foxley now standing in the penalty box. So
pressure on for Cambridge to convert this lead into more points on the board. Lady Foxley is back on. Met a bit of resistance on corner 3, unfortunately. Got reset.
Nice bit of offensive jamming there, or defensive jamming?
Well, I can see it was logical. They said it's like, they're next to me. If I can get a quick hip check, shoulder check, I'll maybe drop you to the inside. We unfortunately lose KP to the penalty box in that jam. I didn't quite catch the gesture of the penalty. I'm being a bit rusty on that, unfortunately. I jam time too much, my brain forgets, like, oh well, the ref did a gesture and a whistle call and the skater reacted. I can't quite remember them all, and it's not, there's that many.
Just sit down.
And then my wife will be disappointed because she's always on it with the gestures and wants the revision, and I help. So another quick official timeout, just to make sure we're all on where we should be.
So what I was going to ask was, whereabouts did the Harlots place in their division?
This is where I play the officials role. I just turned up and ran the games. as much as like I get involved in stats when I have to do paperwork and all of the breakdown of that and like how skaters have done, like jammer rotations, scores on the board, and all that, my brain just sort of zones out. It's like I've turned up to do a job.
Yeah.
It's like, because I know I'm going to also work the games for the other 3 leagues
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the same division, so my brain loses track over
That's
that.
fair.
Key thing is, I'm aware, unfortunately, we will not be going to playoffs.
Okay.
Where in the bracket? Not sure.
Yeah, yeah.
There's probably a ton of you at home who probably go, oh, how does he not know? It's this, ma. So yeah, send him in on a postcard. Maybe next game I'll announce that for you.
Absolutely. So Z Wiz now picking up lead jammer very swiftly, about 12 seconds there.
Living up to their name.
Yes. And she is being chased by Donna. About 8 seconds later, Z Wiz through the pack, and yeah, damage control calling that jam.
Well timed, because just as you finished that call off, Donna was literally snapping at the heels of the back line of that pack to begin a scoring pass. So
See, logically, I know that, like you said, snapping at the heels, and it was like a crocodile or something, but in my brain, snapping elicits images of Zoidberg.
I was already going to say turtle, and it was like, that's not the speed and legend you want in this. Ninja Turtle maybe, snapping turtle maybe not.
Not so much. Wreck-It Beck straight through the midline to pick up lead jammer for Hertfordshire. Hertfordshire like really actioning a comeback here. 61-76 moving into this jam. Just over 5 minutes left of this first half. Headers still looking for the initial pass, start in hand. Big hit from Stings like Abby onto the infield as Wreck-It Beck just glides around the outside.
Wreck-It Beck's been finding some great lines, be they in, out, but I feel that's also helped by the fact there's been a lot of great opportunity created by their teammates to shift pack definition to create those lanes, those valleys and alleyways that Rex knows they can get through.
Yeah.
Because none of their passes have seemed risky or chancy. There's been a clear line, they've speedily taken it.
Yeah, a lot of confidence from Beck. So we have had a star pass to the Law, now in possession of the star for Cambridge. Beck has completed another scoring pass.
Unfortunately, unlike the classic song, Rex did fight the Law, but the Law did not win in this moment.
Sad times.
But that lead has been ever shortened. A strong 11-point jam for Hertfordshire. Only 4 points in it, 72 to Hertfordshire, 76 to Cambridge. I'm absolutely loving the flow of this game. Just when you feel there's a moment where it is trying to establish their lead,
Yeah.
their opposing shadow is still there. But the
Yeah,
second
absolutely.
the flip happens, they're still on each other, breathing down each other's necks.
It's feeling a little bit like some sinister Peter Pan stuff. And I'm here for it. Lady Foxley, this is what, 3rd consecutive lead for Hertfordshire at this point?
I am seeing quite tight jammer rotations on both teams.
Yes.
This is probably making it a lot easier for you at home to find your favourites, seeing only a handful of faces putting the star in their helm.
Foxley there with a 4-point pass, bringing this to now a tied game. 76 apiece, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left on the period clock for the half. Beautiful Fowler there, just shutting down Foxley coming into turn 3 and being able to take her off and recycle as well. Not a massive recycle, but enough to take the steam out and sort of like the wind out of their sails, so to speak.
Well, the key thing is it kept that pack between 3 and 4, and again, there was just that glance, and all of a sudden the realisation of we've spent too much time not moving, the opposing jammer is here again, I'm going to have to call it.
Yeah.
Even though I'm in charge, and we've got a tie, but it's like, no points is best points for the opposing team to be in. Really.
Oh, okay, so that looks like another point was picked up on that last pass. Possibly Fowler's point.
Yes.
Likely Fowler's point, to be fair. So that means that is a lead change, 77-76 in favour of Hertfordshire. And we're starting with Z Wiz and Donna on the track as jammers. Both teams have got a blocker in the box. And before I've even had a chance to finish that sentence, Z Wiz is out, she is lead. And the remaining blockers on track for Hertfordshire are swarming Donna.
One-footed glide on the outside edge there. Such confidence to put all of your belief in one of your feet. I was about to compliment both teams at the start of their jam because they completely locked in, backed up, clamped down, and then as soon as Cambridge thought we've got Z-Wiz, it was like they looked at where Z-Wiz was. Z-Wiz was not there.
Yeah.
Donna making a great play between corners 1 and 2, really fighting to push, getting out with that one-footed glide, which I had beautiful vantage point. I don't know if the cameras caught for you at home.
I'm not sure they did because I didn't see it and I was looking at the screen. When you were like locked in, backed up, clamped it, my brain was going, bop it. And then you were like, they looked where she was and Z-Wiz wasn't there. And I was like, they've been had by the bopper, damn it. But so we've got a bit of a scramble for the pack, 81-76, just over a minute left of the first half. So this could potentially be the last jam of this half.
You've jinxed it now.
I absolutely have. Well, Headers is lead. Wreck-It Beck is still in the pack. Fowler heading to the box. Big recycle for Wreck-It Beck all the way back past the pivot line.
I was going to say, we started pretty quick here, but we've really slowed down. So all praise on the defensive play. We're barely making it into corner 2 at the moment.
Big sweep from a blocker there for Headers. Blocker does head to the box, joins Fowler.
I don't think Headers is aware what's in their shadow at the moment.
No. Nice call off there from a good friend of ours, Duke Special. Official review being called by Duke on the bench for
now I've got a gut feeling what it might be, but I'm going to let it play out.
Yeah, sure.
Because obviously we are going to have another jam.
Yeah.
Because
likely.
Traditionally we wouldn't, because well there was less than 30 seconds on the clock.
Yes.
But we've had an official review. Regardless of the outcome of that, due to stoppage, we go into it.
Yeah.
So you didn't know this jinx was coming up.
Yeah.
How could you?
That's fair. I mean,
my
it's not like it was foretold in the prophecy or anything.
We hadn't cast the stones beforehand, unfortunately. We can't see the stars from our angle.
No. I wish I had some dice with, like, I need to just start carrying dice around so I can just roll. So 8-point jam in that one for Headers. So lead has changed once again, 84-81 in favour of Cambridge.
We've given you a gesture with that can of fizzy pop. All of you at home, beat change, hydrate.
Yeah.
And I think this is exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, it has been like 2 cars, both teams, neck and neck. Whoever tries to activate their booster, when it's not working, the other activates their booster. And I'm loving this flow. Like, there's constant energy through both these players. You're staying on track with both. Solid defense.
Yeah.
Some wonderful footwork from both teams' jammers.
Just absolutely incredible. I feel like I'm probably going to age myself very specifically, and potentially some of our viewers.
Are you going to say the red car and the blue car had a race?
Yes, the red car and the blue car had a race.
If you know at home what that means, and there's anyone younger than you, and they go, well, hydrate, and just look at them, and then at half time, call up YouTube and show them.
And maybe take some ibuprofen.
Actually, don't get up from the sofa and show them, because your knees will both click.
Yeah.
You'll probably get in your comfy spot anyway and got your slippers on.
Yeah.
Why move?
Call them over and show them on your phone, but probably hold your phone just far enough away that you can see it. Maybe slide your glasses down your nose.
Or flip them onto your head, because we don't know.
Yeah. Like whatever works for you. Thankfully, my poor eyesight isn't age-related. I've had glasses since I was 9 years old, so yeah. I mean, obviously it's gotten worse. You look snug there, McGee. Okay, so not sure what the official review is, but we'll try and find out at half time to let you know after the half. So McGee was right, of course. We are going to get into another jam. We've got Lady Foxley and Donna both looking for the inside line. Foxley has been recycled. Donna is not sure why I just like threw the finger guns like the Fonz.
You can throw it as much as you want. There's an energy in this room that's coming from this audience that I'm really appreciative of to keep us smart.
It's nice.
Give us a bit of a bounce as this game goes on.
So Donna through on a scoring pass. Lady Foxley with some big hits, making spaces for herself.
Yeah, if your teammates don't have an opportunity into jam, you make the gap.
Yeah.
Hands down. going to put that outside line. Almost like checks the audience like a wrestler asking, shall I administer my finisher? Shall I call it off? That is the last jam of this first period.
Yes. Donna giving 11 points of breathing space to Cambridge over Hertfordshire. 92 points, plays 81. Wow.
Yes. What
a first half. We still have 3 more halves of roller derby for you today. Always fun to...
Pace yourselves at home.
Yeah, pace yourselves, please. We are going to take a break. Go and grab a drink, grab yourself some food.
We'll find out about that last official review if we can.
Yes, absolutely. Pet the cat, feed the dog, do whatever you need to do. Be back here in about 13 minutes and we'll talk some more nonsense at you, and you can see some more fantastic roller derby. Cheers, pals.
There's our rolling whistle. Welcome back, Internet, for the second half of our first game today. And also, welcome back, Snoots.
I've been here the whole time.
A quick peek behind the curtain there for our audience at home, where you may or may not have been. So there we go, we're straight into the first jam of our second period of our first game. Hertfordshire claiming a quick lead. Headers are still unfortunately fighting to get the foot out of the front edge of that attack. One last blocker. Is it a reset by the pivot? It looks like it was. A drive back to 22. Now we have both jammers now playing together, coming in for more scoring passes. Rex finds a nice line, gets an assist of a teammate, one last blocker. Call off as they tumble down. The contact was within those whistles, or was it? By Jamrest double checking what's happening from our OPRs. Cambridge getting a point at the end of that jam. So 7 points there from Hearts, gets them on to 88. Cambridge with an additional one, gets them on 93. Cambridge might still be leading, but we've got ample amount of the second period for this all to change. A lot of contact there as began that second jam. Hurley was out lightning fast. I didn't even catch them getting that lead.
That's the kind of leads you want.
Yeah. And as much as I said that was all very contact-centric as we began that jam, we did unfortunately also lose Lady Foxley to the penalty box.
Aye.
So we have a lone jammer, a lone lead jammer on track. Yet again, Hearts' pivot doing everything they can to try to slow down this pass. Ladies back on track. Managed to slow down that speed from Hurley. It's the slowest they've been in this jam so far.
Not wrong. The Law going far out front to try and shut down Lady Foxley, but that out of play call went, and she was like, not touching it, not doing it.
Double checking if we've had any changes, but it looks like Cambridge wisely banked that jam with 2 passes for the full 8 points, extending their lead and breaking the century mark. Nice. Audience at home, if you're playing your bingo game, hydrate. There's your centre square.
jam is on Donna round the outside.
But Lee Wiz was out on the inside, but has now unfortunately been sent to the penalty box. Donna's alone now.
Donna's alone now. I mean, I was going to say there doesn't seem to be anyone around, but there are many.
As they head to the back of the pack.
There are many someone's around.
Also now happily being the lead jammer for this jam.
Cambridge being quite passive though, having faith in their jammer to just kind of go in and wreck it up.
I think that was also a good play because as they seem to slow, that's the point where they realise Lee Wiz is being released. So let's try to catch the opposing jammer rather than like get blended into the pack.
Oh, nice sort of the old 1-2 there from FEB and Fowler. FEB with a sort of a glancing blow and Fowler coming in with what can only be described as a hefty butt block. Technical terminology, you understand.
I was going to say Lee Wiz have done their best to try an in and out stride on that. Got reset. He's doing a stash now on the outside edge to try to get Rasmus. Got 2, now it's just 1. Seems to have got caught there by one last line of defence for Cambridge.
Primal Queer heading to the box for, I believe it was called as a legal contact. I think it's probably going to be potentially blocking out of play.
I think it's one of those moments where as much as they've got themselves a penalty, some benches would go, yeah, but that jammer didn't do anything for the best part of 30 seconds. So, like, I'll take that loss.
Yeah. And I mean, 15-point jam on the board for Cambridge, 0 points acquired for Hertfordshire, score sitting 88 to 116. That's... well...
Where's Carol Boardman when you need
28
them?
point? No. This is the point where I can't do the differentials.
If you know at home, send us on a postcard the answer.
Yeah.
We'll announce it later today.
Like send me an Instagram message. I've got my phone out on the table.
I was about to say earlier that Cambridge came out like really strong in those first few jams, but just as about to verbalise that, Hertfordshire got themselves a lead jammer.
Yeah. Ooh, that's almost certainly going to be a penalty for headers. Oh, no, possibly not. Somebody... Yes, headers going in for... So, headers picking up a penalty. I'm not sure what the initial penalty was. Picking up a secondary penalty for insubordination. There's been a lot of talk about insubordination penalties and stuff recently. For the wording and the sort of mental impact almost.
Yeah.
And the inference. That's probably also the kind of wording I was looking for. But remember that sort of insubordinations can be for not leaving the track quick enough. And I think that's what headers has got that for in this instance.
There was a moment when that sort of like the deck of cards fell down as they engaged, where all skaters were a little like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, is everybody cool? Because everyone kind of tumbled into each other. So it's the logical moment. It's like, are my teammates and those other skaters all right? Like, I don't want to suddenly form a wall around 3 down skaters in case that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But that does lead to moments where it's like, okay, this pack's strung out, so I don't have to call a no pack because people need to form up.
So we have just had Wreck-It Beck then picked up a penalty as well. Jammers work in pairs, and it does get a bit more confusing if, say, Jammer A, in this case headers, has incurred 2 penalties. Because normally, if we've got Jammer A, headers for example, picks up penalty, Jammer B, Wreck-It Beck, picks up penalty, A will be released, and then B serves the same amount of time that A has released. A has served. Because headers have picked up 2 penalties, when Beck went into the box, depending on how much time headers had served, would then depend on the outcome of what happens when Beck sits down.
That amount of time they'd served is invisible to us.
Yes.
I think the key ways I've always understood it is when an opposing jammer comes in, the first jammer's time is reduced by 30 seconds.
Yes.
Which is very helpful to understand if they're on a double.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh well, you'll still have this much time left, but as it were, like it's killed off. It ate up that first penalty's life.
Exactly.
But again, as much as we could see gestures, interactions, it's not like there's a convenient penalty box timer above the
Yeah,
penalty box.
not like in ice hockey, so yeah.
If you do have an ice hockey venue, please start using that. That's announcers would love to see that.
If there was a way we could make that work,
if someone somewhere has a Raspberry Pi, they can wire up to an additional scoreboard.
that'd be amazing. But yeah, so just a little bit of insight to you in terms of sort of the non-skating officiating side of things, and it's not something that comes up a whole lot. Obviously, like blockers can pick up, like it's kind of common for blockers to pick up multiple penalties, less so for jammers because they're trying very hard to not pick up penalties at all because it can heavily impact the game.
And I know, depending on your experience as a penalty box manager, you're like, please don't, because maybe I know exactly what I need to do right, but an audience might not, and then an audience might get like jokingly rowdy when their jammer's not being released when there's another jammer in the box.
Yeah, why is there nobody on the track? And it's like, from a spectator point of view, and obviously our spectators are made up of people who know roll derby very well, don't know it at all. This may be your first time viewing it. You may know it as a player, but possibly may not know the rules very well. If so, sit down and learn the rules a little bit more.
They're all online.
Yeah.
It's on the WFTA website.
100%.
It's not invisible. It's not hidden away.
Speak to your local official. They would be happy to talk rules with you. It will make you a better player, 100%. But yeah, so and speaking from the perspective of penalty box manager, because it's one of my favourite officiating roles, it can be quite stressful, and that double switcheroo scenario doesn't happen very often. So even if you are an incredibly confident penalty box manager, it could be months since you last had that scenario, or longer.
Or inversely, there's nothing more confusing than jammers knowing the basic rule, coming in and assuming something is going to happen, and then like, okay, I didn't tell you to leave, and you've left because you've assumed it's a swap, and you've ran enough far away that I now need to give you another penalty. Oh God, please, I'm doing a lot of maths here.
And then it's layer upon layer of penalty whole wheat.
We did have a team timeout before the previous jam, giving us ample to ramble. We're now into yet another jam. Cambridge has been slowly extending their lead over Hertfordshire, but as I say this, Lee Wiz popped beautifully through the end of the front of the pack, banking a skybound 4 points for Hearts.
Just a polite correction there, my friend, it's Z-Wiz. They are Z-Wiz. To contextualise. However, points, so you may have just heard a whole heap of noise potentially from our mic. Points on the board for Z-Wiz as she called off the jam there. However, Cambridge fans went absolutely bonkers, quite wonderfully, because Donna did some fancy stuff and also picked up 4 points. So she picked up 4 points to Z-Wiz's singular point in that final pass. Nice. Right, both teams are over the century now, 105 to 123, 19 minutes and 35 seconds. This game has still got bags of potential in it. Let's get back to let's take ourselves out of the minutiae and get back to these two fantastic teams.
True that. Wreck-It Beck being slowed down there. Nice quick hit check from our pivot for Cambridge. Completely trapped into that tripod at the back of the pack.
Nice tripod.
They are just managing to get out of corner one. And whilst that's all going down, Cambridge has banked themselves lead. Headed is now coming around to begin their first scoring pass of this jam.
Beautiful roll around the outside. Wreck-It Beck really using the sort of momentum and almost kinetic energy of those blockers. They did a great job of holding just real top tier stuff. But as the wall started to move, she really kind of flowed with them and used that energy to get through.
I must just to get into the music for a microsecond, there's always that danger when you watch a really good tripod of, are those skaters actually moving? Is that even stop blocking? Because it's beautiful, you clamp down, but you kind of got to have some, like even a microsecond of forward momentum just to be in motion.
Absolutely.
Otherwise I'm going to order like 3 stop blocks, so it's not good.
You. Damn, did not see that. I was looking at the pack.
There was a pop, and we lost Lady to the front.
Yeah, Lady Foxley was at the back of the pack. I blinked, the crowd cheered, and she's already on a scoring pass.
Has been checked again. Cambridge's pivots just utterly embracing eco-friendliness and recycling opposing jammers as much as they can.
Yeah. Credit to Foxley. She's called the jam with 3 points, and she did call it quick enough to prevent Cambridge from getting any points.
Yeah, again, one of those control jams I was mentioned in the first half.
Yeah.
It doesn't look great at the moment, but it's exactly what Hertfordshire now wants to build up. Because Cambridge has come in like, strong and hot. They began this period like all in. Like, I don't know how many oranges they had at half time. All of them by the looks of it.
I think somebody may have dipped their oranges in Ready Break. Anybody glowing? Nice little sort of slipstream action on the inside line there for Donna. I believe it was Fowler. Kind of went, stay behind me, stay behind me. Seaweir is also out of the penalty box. All of this in under 20 seconds. And the jam over in less than 30.
Yeah. And I can't quite remember how many jams we got to in that first period, but it felt a lot.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of games where we're getting into like the high 20s, the number of jams we're having in a period.
Yeah.
Because a lot of teams want to play, they want to play like a shorter jam but a faster play, as it were. And in general, I always get pleasantly surprised when we do go the full 2 minutes, but it's more likely because the jammer got a penalty.
Yeah.
As it were, like I don't see a lot of teams intentionally running the clock at the full 2.
So we've got pack advantage to Cambridge in this instance. 2 blockers on track for Hertfordshire. They're doing a great job at holding back headers though. Nearly 15 seconds they were able to hold her, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when your pack is half the size of the opposition, that's not bad.
I sometimes find when there is a few less skaters, it allows you to be more focused on who you want to stop.
Yeah. Headers picking up that full 4. Timeout called by Hertfordshire. .27 differential, 108, 135, 15 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. So we're pretty much at halfway.
Yeah. As much as it's been like quick plays, I just suddenly realised like we are halfway through the second half. Where did the last 15 minutes go? Like, I'm like, I just don't get it. Like, and also like, on one level, like I'm looking around. I can see, obviously, you can see Cambridge on screen now. I'm glancing over off camera to Cambridge's bench, for example. All these skaters like still look like they're in the zone.
Yeah.
Like no one looks like there's been some like fast play. There's been some like aggressive play, and like no one like it seems to be flagging. Like everyone seems to be like at full stamina. Like I'm like hats off in every respect to these skaters for like truly being athletes that like have it all. Like this is a marathon game. Like you cannot just assume it's a sprint you can win in the first period.
Yeah, the training is clearly paying off, and this is something that I really love about Five Nations / Brit Champs / Heartland Series / End of the World Series, as it has been many iterations since 2012. It gives the team something to aim for, and it gives them something to work towards throughout the year, and it's giving them things to focus on, which is fantastic. As opposed to, we'll probably get some games planned in over the year. It gives them a schedule, which obviously scheduling doesn't work for everybody, and we're all our brains are all
focus. There's a constant goal ahead of the next game,
Yeah.
And how did that previous game go? Where do we need to change up and like readjust where we're going next?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you just turn up every week, whiz around in circles.
Yeah.
And that is fun.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Don't not whizzing around in circles. and obviously it gives you potentially the aim of playoffs.
Which is, I think I enjoy that idea because it is a real mixing pot. You are going to see people outside of your initial bracket. You're going to see people outside of your local teams you may never think to play against geographically, because it might not just be worth it.
So that was a near photo finish, but it is Z-Wiz picking up lead jammer over Donna. However, Donna is your foremost jammer.
We do now have a clear penalty box. Hertfordshire's pivot was able to get released in their jam, so their next jam will be a full lineup for both teams.
Nice.
There's always that panic moment with jam refs where both skaters get out, and it's like, is it you? Is it me?
Yeah, it's like,
do I want it? Do you want it? And then, of course, both jammers looking over going, who is it? Have I got it? Have they got it?
yeah, the jam refs are like, going a bit Chuckle Brothers, to me, to you. And the jammers are like, I want it, don't give it to them. Headers out, takes the lead. Meanwhile, Wreck-It Beck with a shoulder from FEB, and Fowler going in with a full body check, but also taking a tumble off track herself as well.
So now Hertfordshire taking a page out Cambridge's book and falling there. Tripod to slow headers down. Technically the slowest headers has been so far this jam. And as you can sort of see now, like, there needs to be just enough footwork for those stop blocks to not get caught. Because like, they don't really look like they're moving much. But they are
it's
technically
such a
in motion.
fine line.
I always have to remind myself that steppy is kind of enough.
So long as your wheels are moving in derby direction,
Yes.
you are good.
So just a 2-point jam there for Cambridge. It maintains their lead over Hertfordshire.
Yeah,
And I know any bench will be like, that's fine, I don't care.
yeah,
Are we winning? Good, that's all I want.
yeah. Jolly good.
And I know in some games there is like this like behind the scenes like statistical, oh, we need to win by a differential of blah blah blah, whatever. But obviously, like, I'm not in that zone.
That's not our concern.
Yeah.
From what I understand, there could be some potential of differential shenanigans, so to speak, in terms of placing. I believe this is the last game day of this division.
I've heard mention of medals being awarded. Stuff like that. So it's very important for all teams involved today.
Yeah. So let me see if I can find the details.
We got a start stash by Lady Foxley on the outside edge. That was successful enough for them to get out, which means they've also finished their initial pass. Curly Jackson now well in, trying to find any opportunity. Check to the outside edge by the opposing pivot, pulls it off, and gets themselves a cheeky 2. Call-off was successful to stop Hertfordshire from scoring. It does mean that Hertfordshire got no points. Now, it sounds daft, that is actually good. There's nothing worse than not actually scoring.
Yeah.
If you want to have attempted to begin your scoring pass, because it means that you did get out.
Yeah.
It sounds weird to get 0 is better than nothing, even though they sound the same thing. It's a statistical thing that makes sense to dirty people.
Bronze, third place is still very much up in the air, still up for contention in this division. If, depending on the differential, if Cambridge win this, and depending on who wins the next game between Battersea Power and London Rock and Rollers, first place could be still open between Battersea Power and Cambridge.
Oh, this is like
So
it's a statistical nightmare. All to play.
Yeah.
There is no like clear like.
I
don't condone gambling, but every horse is available to be.
For purposes of analogies, I'm not sure what the differentials need to be. I don't have that information. But yeah, I'm not great with differentials. It's not something that I've ever really. I'm not mathematically minded. Anybody who's listened to me on stream or in house has probably heard that several times over the last 12 years. You give me the information to say, and I will say it. I'm not so great at working it out. Right now we have Wreck-It Beck picking up lead over headers.
One differential we do have is 39 points between both teams. Cambridge is clearly establishing a play style for the second half.
Yeah.
They've been relatively dominant, certainly in terms of score.
So Reichenbach is out. It looks like she has accrued points, but they're not on the board yet. Possible, maybe it's just the Jammeref's hand signal? Not sure. Although this is now a power jam. Headers heading to the penalty box.
Given what I caught, potentially a back block penalty for coming in a little hot at the back of that previous pack. Certainly came from an OPI at a great vantage point on that interaction.
Reichenbach now heading to the penalty box as well.
So this will go the full remaining minute and change.
Yeah. We do have a full complement of blockers on the track as well, for what it's worth.
Obviously, given that it seems that...
Oh, yeah, I did wonder. So Headers came back on track. She was, by the looks of things, ahead of more than one of her own blockers.
Yes, you can cut on a teammate. Amazing.
Yeah, so you can come on ahead of one of your own teammates. Two or more is a cut, as if it were a member of the opposition. So my insight here is there's a little bit of panic, maybe. Panic may be too strong a word.
Certainly eagerness to get back in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but the pack was reasonably in front of the penalty box. It's there, just get back involved, get those points. We've only got precious seconds of that jam left.
Amazing work by the Hertfordshire blockers. It looked like they were saving points, but 3 of them did get captured, so to speak. 12-point jam by Hertfordshire, 16-point jam, my mistake. 3-point jam by Roller Billies.
Now that might be a 26-point lead to Cambridge. But that was a great jam by Hertfordshire because you losing your jammer.
Yeah.
They lost their jammer. There was lots of confusion, but you kept your head in the game.
Yeah.
As it were. You kept the play right because that was a really low score from Cambridge.
Yeah.
As it were. Especially as they came out with
comparative to the last few jams.
Yeah.
Lady Foxley has picked up lead jammer, and she's about half a track ahead of Hurley Jackson.
They're just checking their footing to take those. They're going so quick. They're checking their footing on those inside edges to not cut. Because I know that if you just come in a bit too fast, it's so easy to accidentally shave the apex and get yourself in trouble.
Didn't call it quite quick enough to prevent points for Cambridge, but still stemmed the flow, so to speak.
Yes, 3 points for Hertfordshire. You may have seen it on stream there just a second. The jam ref was confirming as they tapped each finger that I am giving 3, not 4.
Yeah.
You usually assume that it's going to be the full 4 most of the time. It's a clean pass through would get you everything.
Z-Wiz looking for the outside line, was shut down.
It's KP with that great check. Try the second on the inside edge.
Thank you, I was just looking for the number there. KP, absolutely stonking.
You might not have heard it, but the audience was suitably like, white check earlier on.
So Donna is in amongst the pack. She has been taken off. What points did she manage to accrue? 3 points to 1 in favour of Cambridge. So they're really nickel and diming their way through this. 5 minutes, 39 seconds left of the period clock. Where did that 10 minutes go?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, is there a glitch in the Matrix? Are we moving through time and space at a different pace to the rest of the world?
We're staying stationary. Those skaters may be doing 88 miles an hour. How is time travel existing? We're going into an official timeout, so there will be a pause. We'll be able to breathe. I know this room's getting quite crowded. Both teams for our second game in the crowd, eager to get on, but they're going to have to wait.
Yeah.
We've still got 5.5 minutes of play left.
Like, I'm aware that there is obviously a chunk of the people seated to our right who are skaters waiting for the next game. But this is a decent turnout.
Oh, hell yeah. Especially given the weather. I know there was a lot of discussion beforehand, like trains might not be running.
Yes, yeah, I know there's
drive
issues
down,
with trains
roads
at the
were
moment.
crammed, like it was like we just got here, like
Minutes to spare
yeah,
almost.
just literally running in, saying hi, and then sitting down here and putting
Yeah.
headsets on. Like,
I mean, yeah, from the angle of the camera at the moment, you can see a decent chunk of the crowd.
and that's half.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
a
about
third
half.
of what was fully here today.
Wreck-It Beck looking. Does she achieve? She does achieve.
Pinball bounce between two lines of defense there. Just managed to stay in on the outside edge.
I was going to say, is this a power jam? But I don't think it was. No, we've got, I think that's Headers, who's still in the pack, star in hand.
Yeah, it was a stash. It got
Nice, nice bit of
confused
offense.
us.
Yeah.
Confused them.
I don't understand. A nice bit of offensive work from Fowler, creating space at the front of the pack.
Hertfordshire now slowly starting to catch up. 7 points for those two passes. Gives us a lead, 18-point difference as we stand at the moment.
Thank you. I have lost the ability to do maths.
And again, as I said before, like as much as there was that strong dominance coming out of the half time from Cambridge, there's been this clear resilience from Hertfordshire to not lose their cool, like to not give in. Like there is 4 minutes left this period, ample time to rack up strong lead changes, like extend the lead, or switch it round.
And that's Lady Foxley was taken off on the outside, was able to keep an eye on which blockers she needed to come on behind, and did that safely and securely. Bold move from Hurley Jackson, removing the helmet cover. I'm not sure when she did that, but she did it before completing her initial pass. I assume she did it after Foxley had picked up initial.
Again, it could be one of those moments where you're not sure, like, is there an opportunity for me to get out?
Yeah.
Would it be easier to pass,
Yeah.
confuse? Like, as comfortable it is for me and you to sit here with a monitor and a headset. And
Yeah,
like,
100%.
a nice breeze from an open fire door. Like, we're not in that moment. We're not in that zone. Like, there must be 1,000 thoughts going through your brain as a jammer of, like, things you've learned, drills you know, what we're doing now, what we should be doing now.
We've got Donna and we've got Wreck-It Beck. And that's Donna picking up lead. Wreck-It Beck has taken a tumble.
Donna just avoid a very strong hip check on corner 2 on the outside edge. Donna now coming around to begin their first scoring pass of this jam. Little spinneroonie on the outside edge gets them past the first line of defence. 1 foot glide on the inside gets them the last line. All 4 nicely banked.
Absolutely stunning. We've got 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. 18-point differential. Oh, this is so freaking good.
I know at half-time today I'm going to have to like proper stretch because I am like tense with like this is like I can't be on the edge of my seat given the space we've got.
Yeah.
Muscle memory, like ah.
Like, I keep having to kind of... I've just tried to sit back and do my shoulders, and I'm like, nope, that hurts quite a lot. I'm going to have to stay punched over, like... oh, that's the inside line for Z-Wiz. We're at the point where we're going to be interrupting ourselves.
I was about to say, that was textbook toe-stop work. You had a perfect view at home there. Gliding down the inside edge. Lightning fast. They're already at the back of the pack to begin their scoring pass.
And we've had a star pass to the Law.
Is this the second we've had today?
I think it's the third, but one of those star passes was not legal. Z-Wiz calling the jam from the floor. 3 points to 1.
I was about to say, yeah. Cambridge just getting that cheeky one as they came in so fast at the back.
So what's that, 16-point differential?
Yes.
Thank you. A minute left on the period clock.
I mean, that's four laps.
Pack advantage to Cambridge 1. Hertfordshire blocker in the box. Jam is on. Tentative start. Donna looking for the outside, and she secures it. Lead jammer. This is potentially done.
But it's very clear to us who's a Cambridge supporter right next to us in the audience at the moment.
Reckenbeck still looking for that initial pass. No pack call goes up. Donna with a skip through. Still 9 seconds on the clock. She's going to be looking to run that period clock to conclusion.
Just as they pass this, glancing over to check that scoreboard.
Before she even considers calling the jam.
It's a strong lead, 20 points straight at the moment.
Yeah. And she has called it. For the briefest moment, I thought Donna had picked up a penalty.
True. There was a lot of people looking at each other, glancing at an OPR. What's going on?
I heard the whistle. I heard green. Because obviously we're limited on what we can hear because we've got some nice hefty headsets on.
We have had the big official rolling whistle to end the period.
But and that is the official final score. Looking up at the scoreboard. Folks, your official final score: Hertfordshire Roller Derby 143, Cambridge Roller Billies 163, ending with a 20-point differential. So depending on how our next game plays out between London Roller Derby Battersea Power and London Rock and Rollers All Stars, I believe, Cambridge may take the gold. I have goosebumps.
It's just crazy to think that everything that's happened in this first game is directly affecting game 2.
This is absolutely incredible.
Like, you've got the pressure of just game 2 between London and London.
A London derby, if you will.
The looming shadow of Cambridge going, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, we've already won our game. Like, you've got to knock it out the park, but we don't win.
Yeah. Cambridge looking over, going, "How you like me now?"
Yes. As you can see at home there, Cambridge very happy with that win.
I'm honestly covered in goosebumps, considering how disgustingly warm and sweaty I was during the halftime. This is insane. Folks, we really hope that you enjoyed that even half as much as we did, because if you enjoyed that even half as much as we did, then you enjoyed that a whole lot.
Massive shout out to both teams today. It's a fantastic game. So back and forth.
Absolutely
so much
incredible.
energy.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Wow.
No pressure at all for game 2.
No pressure. I have no doubt that Battersea and Rock and Rollers is going to be a phenomenal game as well. A real right old London derby. I've said the word too much, it was lost all meaning.
There's some people from the Midlands going, what?
Yeah.
Talk about our city.
Hello. Folks, thank you so much. We are going to head off and try and calm down. I do have issues with my blood pressure, so I'm going to take a minute. Thank you so much for joining us. I have been and will continue to be Snoogans.
And I have been and will continue to be McGee.
Thank you so much, folks. We will catch you very soon.